Are you a technician who wants to set yourself apart? Then the Trusted Technician podcast is for you. I'm Derek Hoferter, coach and trainer at SBE. And on this podcast, we will have experienced HVAC coaches and trainers, as well as top performing technicians, all sharing their tips and strategies to help you be more successful. Welcome back to the Trusted Technician podcast. This is Coach Derek at SBE. And today our guest is Morgan. Morgan's out in Virginia. Morgan, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Welcome.
We appreciate your time and sharing with us. Morgan, you do well. That's why we're talking to you. You did around 1.5 million in revenue last year. Morgan, though, let's start with why are you an HVAC technician?
The main reason I got into it because my dad, but I like working with customers. I like dealing with people. And I like
Yeah, go ahead.
Stuff.
Okay, you like to fix stuff. What is it about dealing with people that you like?
Interactions. I'm a very friendly person. I like to get to know people. I treat them like family, friends.
Okay.
I just enjoy it. I'm a people person.
Okay, so that's a good career then. What do you find most challenging about being an HVAC technician?
This is always something new to learn. It's something different. But other than that, I really don't find it challenging.
Okay, good. Well, your numbers, show that you do well. So something I'm curious about, Morgan, is I know you've been at Kellam for a number of years, but you came over from another company. Tell me a little bit about the change in philosophy, maybe, of doing well and interacting with customers that you experience and that you kind of follow. You said you like interacting with people, but tell me a little bit about the philosophy of what goes into that.
I just go to a customer's house and treat them like family. I talk to them. For example, the heat's down in coldest day of the year and they're not happy. And I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to make them happy. I'm trying to make them just trust me. So I kind of changed it with them a little bit. I kind of offer them like free coffee. I stop by and get you coffee or something to lighten up the mood so they won't be so frustrated.
Okay. You mentioned trust. I'm curious your thoughts on what is it that causes a homeowner to trust a technician? And why do homeowners not trust a lot of technicians?
Because a lot of people read the news, they read social media, customers already got the guard up, they're already defensive. I'm just a guy that does selling crap that they don't need. So how they look at me, but I build a trust and I build them like I'm here, I'm your friend, I'm supporting you. I know you're having a bad day. I want to take care of you, not sell you anything.
Okay. Do you feel like that goes along with your, you like interacting with people? So do you feel like that's kind of you genuinely care or, are curious about what's going on?
I know. Me liking people and the way I treat them it goes a long way because I have, like here at Kellam, I refer tech, like customers highly call in for me. I'm on demand. I'm booked out for 3 to 4 months.
Wow. Yeah, that speaks to, they want Morgan. Send me Morgan.
Yeah, I got a huge pipeline here. I got job security.
Yeah, that's good. What is it about you specifically? Obviously, you said you like people and, you try to like set them at ease. What else are you doing that makes them like you so much?
I try to get them more involved. I show them what's going on. I kind of dummy it down to what's going on so they can understand in the language that they're not HVAC guy people. They don't know what I'm talking about, like capacitor. I explain them what I try to dummy it down for them.
Okay. Give me an example of like the capacitor. How would you go about letting a homeowner know that they're having an issue with their capacitor?
I just go tell them, explain to them what capacitor does. It's basically a jump start for the compressor. It's like a battery in your car. Gets it going. And without this, you ain't going to have no AC or heat.
Okay. So then if I'm the homeowner, I'm like, okay, well, what are my options, Morgan? What are you going to let me know?
I want to recommend you replacing that capacitor and sign up for a maintenance agreement.
Okay. So you're trying to get them onto a maintenance agreement. Why? Because
they're the best customers. They buy from you more.
Okay.
They already invested in you. They already got trust in you. Even if the system's not old, like guess what? 10 years come fast. They're going to eventually replace the system. They're going to go with you.
That's right. I would say if you've been servicing someone for 10 years, the odds of them
shopping around is less.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty high. Okay. So there in Virginia, I know you guys have seasons, right? I'm here in Phoenix. We don't have seasons. There in Virginia, you have seasons and you have slow seasons and shoulder seasons. Yeah. For you to be as productive as you are, it must mean you have nice, productive off seasons as well. Does your approach change at all, whether it's demand season or the shoulder season?
I mean, I guess when I get really busy, I guess that does change it because I'm trying to take care of all the people, get AHC up and running or get heats up and running. But maintenance is kind of slowed down because I feel more comfortable. I got more time to be with my customers. I'm not feeling rushed, but I'm not really being rushed here. But it's the way I feel. I was like, I want to try to get it done.
Okay. With that extra time, if you're spending extra time, what are you doing with that extra time? Is it with the system or is it with the people?
But if I kind of interact with both of them as I go, like I get there talking to them, see how the day is going, and I don't talk about the system when I get there. I don't care about the system. I care about them. How's your weekend? How's your summer going? We just get to talking. Especially I'm a football fan, so we get talking about football sometimes.
Okay.
So then I'll be like, okay, well, now it's time for me to get to work. How's your system doing? And I've had customers tell me that makes them feel more comfortable because I'm not there to talk about the system. I'm talking about them, not me.
Okay. I like that. Kind of walk me through a little bit of your process. You mentioned the call ahead. Can I pick you something up? All of that is part of your process. And then you get to the house and, you might talk football. You're not coming in a hurry, especially if we're running a maintenance agreement. But what are the things that that you want to accomplish there at the house? What's your strategy?
I guess I don't know an answer to that one yet.
Okay. Like, are there certain things that you want to find out? Like certain questions that you're going to typically ask?
About the
No.
system?
Yeah. Or anything.
I mean, after I get done talking to them about life, whatever, I just talk about system and I say, now I may go back to the system like, hey, so besides you having a great football season, how's the system been doing? And I ask them, do you got any concerns? I get them to walk around, show me where everything's at. And if I can get them up in the attic, a lot of my customers go up in attics with me.
Okay. So then when they're up there, you're like showing them what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll point to them like the filters and ask them when it was last time to change it. Or I might ask them why you use this expensive 3M filter that's highly carbonated, like filter, whatever. And they're like, well, because I got real bad allergies. Well, that gives me an idea that I can talk to you about UV lights.
Okay.
Kind of get them involved and stuff like that.
Okay. Nice. What do you feel like the homeowners are most concerned about? Like on a maintenance, you mentioned you like maintenance customers because they want to have a little bit more of an investment into their system. But what have you been seeing are kind of like the big concerns that homeowners share with you?
Something like I get a lot, especially on maintenance, is especially if I'm new to that person, I try to get them to bring the guard down because a lot of them think that we're just trying to sell them stuff. Like, I know I just want the maintenance done. I don't want you to offer me anything. I don't want you to do this, do that. Just do the maintenance and get out.
Okay.
And to me, that the customer's already been defensive. They already got the guards up. So
how do you handle that?
that's my challenge right there.
Okay. So you're still working through how to handle?
Yeah, the handle make them. I'm just trying to be me and make them feel comfortable with me. Then, so hopefully next time I come out here and they ask for me, they don't have the guard up as high. Like, this guy's a good guy.
Okay. So your approach
is about my unit.
Your approach is the answer to it is not really anything short term. It's just long term.
Yeah. Because I've been here the longest, and then I look for the long term, not for today.
I like that.
Granted, even if I see a customer with the old unit, I'm trying to fix it first because I want them to ask for me 2 years from now.
Yeah.
I want them to call for me.
Yeah. Because we could say maybe there's some strategy of in the moment, you could just be like, okay, if that's what you want me to do. Right. Or maybe ask a few more questions. But I like your thinking on of that as well of, okay, well, I'm coming back. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and the Will Smith got me hooked onto that. Really opened my eyes about asking customers how long you want the systems to last.
Yeah. What is it about that question that you like?
And the beginning, I was kind of nervous about it because he was like, even on the brand new system, like a year old, it is like, go ask the customer how long you want to last. What? It's brand new. And I didn't think it outside the box. And I went to a customer. After Will Smith left our last visit here, I went to a car on a generator car for no electricity. And I looked at the brand new system right there that somebody else put in. I just, that's a nice unit. How long you want to last? They're like, it's brand new. I want to last forever. So, would you have a maintenance contract on that yet? What? I was like, yeah, just have maintenance to keep up with it. Let's make that last. And instantly signed off on a maintenance agreement for the HVAC system. And I was there for the generator. So I ended up selling them maintenance periods off that. So it helps.
Yeah. That is a key question to follow up. Homeowner, how long do you want your system to last? Well, I want it to last forever. Okay. Well, how often are you having it maintained? Right? When's the last time you've had? It's a very logical question.
Yeah.
To follow up on it. Okay, if you want it to last forever, what are you doing to help it last forever? Right?
Yeah. But I got to change the filters every month.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
like it. I like the question approach instead of the tell or the sell type of approach, right? Because again, you ask that question immediately, the homeowner's like, "Oops," right?
Yep.
Or they're like, "No, I'm having it. I get it. I'm having it maintained." Or
They don't think about it.
yeah, they don't think about it. But the question makes them think about it versus if you tell me that, I don't have to think about it.
I was like, why is this guy asking me that question?
Yeah, because it's such a good question. And yeah, I understand your initial feelings of, well, that's kind of a funny question, especially if somebody just bought a system. Like they're going
Yeah.
to wonder, like, what am I doing type of deal. But I think what you're finding though, it's a valid question, even if someone has a new system, right?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. And I think like anything else, it wouldn't be that weird of a question. Like if you bought a brand new car and I was like, hey man, that's really nice. What are your plans with this car? Like that's not a weird question, right? Like you might have,
No.
I'm gonna drive it for 4 years and trade it in, or I'm gonna drive it forever, or I'm gonna drive it until my kid turns 16. Like you would probably have a plan,
Yeah.
and yet you're not alone. I hear from a lot of technicians that they think it's a weird question to ask somebody how long they want it to last.
Yeah, I'm still breaking the habit of that, but it's been working on this, especially some of the maintenance agreements.
Yeah. Do you ask it? So do you ask it like every time you're there? Like, would you ask that question again? Let's say you were there the year before. Would you still ask that question again?
That's the challenge. I don't know. Like, it depends on the situation, I guess,
Okay.
and how much of a relationship I have with that customer.
Okay.
The very first time, and I don't know, I had to wait till next year to come up with a new way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you could always be like, hey, could you remind me again of what your long-term plans on this? Or, hey, is it like, last time I asked you this, you said this. Has anything changed?
Yeah.
Right. So maybe there's some ways you could try working it. And there, when you ask the question, though, is that typically the answer that you get is forever?
Yeah. I guess some of the realistic people out there sometimes will be like, oh, 10, 15 years at least.
Okay.
Most of them is, I want to last forever. I don't want to replace this again. It's too much money.
What about when the system is old? Let's say the system is already 14, 15 years old, and you ask the question, what type of answers do you get in that scenario?
Sometimes if it's like a 20-year-old system, it's like, I said, how much longer you want this thing to last? Well, I need to give me about one more summer and I'll be all right. And that's
That's
kind of the answers I get.
Yeah, that's great. So then let's say I'm the homeowner and I'm like, Morgan, I need at least one more summer out of this. What do you say back to me? And
I'm a technician. I'll keep on fixing this thing until you don't want to do it anymore.
I love that. Yeah, as
I,
long as they're making parts for it,
I
right?
like I tell them it's your money. I can Frankenstein this sucker together.
I love that because, and I'm sure your homeowners love that too. That's why they're
Mm-hmm.
asking for you. Why do you think they love that answer so much? Like, what does that answer do for them?
Because they don't think I'm out there to sell them a system. They
Yeah,
take the money and run.
exactly. Now you're safe.
A lot of my customers
Right?
are worried that if I sell them a system, they don't want to give me next year for maintenance. They're giving it to somebody else. But no, you still get me.
Yeah.
Even a brand new system, if I come out there.
Yep. Yeah. I love that scenario too of like you're saying of like, I just need one more year out of it. Okay. I'll get you as
Mm-hmm.
many years out of this as we can if that's the route, because now you're operating on their agenda, right? You're now safe. You're not going to try to like talk them into a system, or you might still give them some options though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it depends on the situation.
Yeah. Or maybe they change their mind. They might be like, Morgan, I know I originally said another summer, but now I'm wondering, right? Do you ever get that?
Oh,
Because
I've had people call me. I did like hey, I just need one more sum out of this. And I was like, all right. So I gave them the option for repair. I replaced a blower motor on one unit and she was happy with that. And like not even 2 weeks later, she called my phone. She's like, you know what? Me and my husband have been talking. Let's go ahead and get a new one. Let's get it done now.
yeah,
And they're like, I know I just spent money on that fan motor. Is there anything you can do? Let me see what I can do.
yeah, I hear that a lot where the homeowner, they get asked the question, how long do you want it to last? It's an older unit.
Mm-hmm.
They're maybe like dead set on, no, we are getting more time out of this.
Yep.
So the technician honors that, says absolutely, like that. If that's the goal, that's my goal. And then at some point, the homeowner on their own, well, starts to change their mind without any pressure or anything. Why is it, Morgan, in your opinion, that those adamant homeowners maybe change their mind?
Because they built trust in me already. They're like, they want to go with me. I got that relationship with them.
Yeah, they may have been so set on like another year, another few years, because they're just trying to defend themselves, right? Of don't even try to sell me.
Yeah, especially the older units. Another question I asked them, how's everything running? Running great. How's your light bill? Yeah, it's been going up higher every year. Well, I guess I'm going to get help with that.
Yeah. Questions. The key is questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Morgan, we're just about up on time. I really appreciate you. Especially, I know you're out on the East Coast. It's the end of your day and all that. If you could give like one final piece of advice for, maybe there's a technician listening to this who hears, Morgan out there did 1.5 million. That just seems so impossible. That just seemed crazy. What would you say to that person who's listening who might think that?
Basically, build that pipeline, build that trust with those customers, get them to ask you by name. Because you may not sell them something today, but guess what? In the future, you will. It's going to work out at the end.
All right. It's that snowball effect. Go on. All right, Morgan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Trusted Technician Podcast. If you would like to learn more about SBE, you can find us online at sbeodyssey.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, we would appreciate it if you would leave us a review. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.